Hi everyone. Today video is on using Azure Blob Storage for managing files from the NestJS application. Okay, so NestJS is a Node.js framework which is built on top of Node.js, just like an Express. Okay, so here our main targets are we are going to use Azure Store for interacting files from our NestJS API. So we are going to create endpoints like NestJS endpoint, like uploading a file and or reading a file from the Azure Blob Storage and rendering it on the browser. Okay, and next downloading the file and deleting the file. So all these kind of operations we are going to do a sample on it. Okay, so before going any further, I want to mention that this entire video has been made as a blog. Okay, everything that I am going to explain in this video has already made as a blog. So if you want to check the blog, the link will be in the description under the video. Please go through the blog. Okay, so since this is about managing files in Azure storage, right? So we need to have a Azure login. Okay, please, if you are new to the Azure store, you can follow my steps, or if you're already familiar with Azure Blob Storage, you can skip the creating the Azure Blob Storage section in the video and directly go through the NestJS API implementation. Okay. If you are a new developer, just follow my lead. Okay. So one must should have a Azure account to create a Azure Blob Storage. Okay, once you have signed up, you will see a dashboard like this. Okay, so first click on create resource. Okay, and search for storage account. Okay, here is the storage account box you can see. So click on create. So this is the basic simple form with the minimum steps. We can create a Azure Blob Storage. Okay, so there are a lot of tabs you can identify, but the basics form is enough to create a store. If you want to go more advanced, you can check the other blogs. In this video, I am going to create a storage account with using the basic form structure. Okay. So Azure have a benefit like we can use the free trial account. Okay, which will support lot of Azure services freely with the basic configuration. Okay. So for a learner or a new to the Azure can get experience with Azure services using the free trial. So I am going to here use my free trial subscription. Okay, next. First thing is we need to have a resource group. Resource group is nothing but like a folder or a box. Okay, this box contains different types of Azure services like Azure Blob Storage or virtual machine or hosting. Any kind of services can be grouped them into the resource group. Okay, so grouped them can be called as resource group. So first, what I will do, if you have already one resource group, if you want select it, select it. But I am creating new one. Okay, like RG resource group. Okay, my new resource group, and this is the storage account name. Okay, this storage account name. One thing we have to remember means whatever the name we are going to give as a storage name, that should be unique because any content that we have saved into this storage account, for suppose if I am going to save a image file in this storage account, I can access it from the Azure publicly if I have a permission. So at that time, the domain that going to access our resources inside of particular storage account will have this name. Nothing but it will use this name as subdomain to the Azure Blob Storage domain. Okay, so please give relevant name. Uh, okay, so that it can be more readable. Demo I'm giving like Navin Storage. Storage already taken. I mean storage 2 I'm going to create. Okay. And I will leaving US. If you want, you can check your nearest one. And here I am taking performance as standard and account kind. You can leave storage V2. This is the most recommended drop down. If you open here, you can see storage general one. This is not recommended anymore. Blob storage is also not recommended. Only storage V2 is the recommended by the Microsoft. You can check over in official blogs if you want. Okay. And replications is just server maintenance, like uh, maintaining different servers at different time regions. Okay, zones region. Now here this is enough information to create a storage account. I am not going to check all the tabs in the form. I'm going to have default values within them. So what I will do directly, instead of clicking next, I am clicking on review and create. Okay. So it's going to create as a storage account for us now. Okay, now click on create. So once account is created, it start building the account and it will deploy. Deployment in progress. Nothing but setup is in progress of our storage account. Setup is done with my storage account. So go to resource. Okay. See here storage account and storage account name. My name, Navin storage too. Okay. And here what we have to do in the blob services menu on left hand side, click on the containers. Okay. Click on create new container. Okay, in Azure Blob Storage, containers are nothing but the folders when we compare with physical storage. Okay, containers are nothing but folders. So these containers can have a number of blobs. Okay, blobs are nothing but a file. Okay, so each container can we can create a number of containers, and containers can have a number of blobs, but container cannot have container. Okay, and I'm going to name my container name as upload file. Give public access. Okay, here if you observe, our upload file container created. If you want to upload image from this dashboard only, we can do that. So it is selected currently container, right? Upload folder container. So here I will upload one image by clicking here. So we can grab one file from our project, sorry, local system. Okay, so I am uploading this. Click on upload. See, my image has been uploaded. Okay, if you observe here one URL you can see. So I have access given public access, right? So I can directly use this image URL to preview the image. See, and I also mentioned, right, the storage account name will be used as a subdomain name. See here, Navin storage too. Numbering is a little bit awkward. Never do this while naming the storage account. For the demo purpose, it's okay. Okay, see, this is the subdomain. Okay, for this domain. Okay, and so this is how, sorry for that. Okay, this is how we have to create the Azure storage account. Okay, next thing is, that's it regarding Azure storage setup. Next we are going to jump into creating a NestJS API. So I'm going to create NestJS API, and CLI command is like nest new nest ag blob. Okay, now it will create a NestJS application for me. Okay, project has been created. I'm going to open my project in Visual Studio Code. Okay, here is our NestJS project. Now, the first step, our beginning step we have to do is we need to install a Azure Blob Storage library that was built in Node.js. Okay, so that is the first step we have to do. So let's grab the command from a blog for installing NestJS. Okay, that is npm Azure Blob Storage install. If you want, you can set this as well. Okay, from for more documentation, you can go through the npm package documentation. Right, so we have copied, and let me install it into my project. Install. Okay, seems like installed successfully. Let's confirm it. Go through package.json. Okay, and dependency. So here is the Azure Blob Storage library. Okay, so that's good. And if you observe, by default, we will have a default controller and service and some basic setup with one endpoint like simple string. Okay, so in this demo, I'm going to use the existing controller and the services to implement all my file operations that going to communicate with Azure Blob Storage. Okay, so what I will do, let's get rid of this. And in the app service, okay, here first thing is I need to communication, we need to have some kind of connection string, right? So for that, go to Azure Blob Storage, okay, and head back here and storage. Okay, on left hand side, go to access keys. Here you can see the key and connection string. We can use the connection strings. Here there are two connection strings. Using any one is fine. Okay, so I'm going to copy the first command connection string. So what I will do for the demo purpose, I am going to assign it here to a variable. Okay, and I am going to create one more variable like container, which container I want to communicate with. Okay, so I have created already one container. Let's go to containers. That is upload file, right? Just copy that upload file. Okay, okay. And now the main thing, we need to have one instance from the library that I have installed is blocks service client, blob service client. Okay, let's import from at the rate Azure blob. Okay, blob service client. Okay, this instance need to be uh, imported. And now I am going to create one common method that is like that method will return a block blob client. Okay, so let's import that as well. Block blob client. Okay, so what this block blob client ultimately, this blob client will contains connection setup, container that you want to upload or read or delete a file, and also the image that you want to interact with in the Azure Blob Storage. Okay, so that can be uh, created as configuration inside of this blob client. Okay, instance that we are going to write now. So Let me create one common method like get client. Okay. So for this, I am going to create an input parameter like file name or string. Okay. Here first main instance is blob service client. Why it is main instance? Because it has a method like from connection. So it has capability to configure the connection string. So let me pass my Azure connection. Okay. So that as I need to a constant variable like blob service client small and assign here. Okay. Now next thing is we need to configure the container. For that we will have blob service get container. Okay. This is going to fetch us the container that we have specified here. Okay, that is like this one, right? Container. So I'm going to pass that variable container. Okay, that's fine. And let's grab it into some variable. Okay. Next thing is we need to specify uh, the image that we want to fetch, and finally we need to return blob client instance. Okay. For that, what we will do, we will return like blob container dot okay, get blob client. See here, this is ultimately returning the blob client instance. Here, I have mentioned right here, blob is nothing but a file. So blob name is nothing but our file name. So I'm going to pass my method input parameter. Okay, that is the configuration setup that we require to communicate with the Azure Blob Storage. Okay, let me give return type as well since I know right blob client. Okay, so now my goal is to create a method for uploading the image. Okay, so let me create a method like, so I mostly communicate with images in this project. So let do like a images, upload image and file name, a string, and here we need to get this blob client. So for that, stand blob client equal to get blob client. Okay, and pass our file name. Okay, once we got this setup, so let's invoke a synchronous blob client dot upload data. So this upload data required uh, buffer. Okay, means we should have buffer input here. Means this method upload method will be used by the controller. So controller should give the image stream uploaded by the client into this method, so that buffer method can be passed through this upload data. This is a our plugin library method that has capability to upload the buffer means any file data. So to do that, what I have to do means instead of creating file name, what I will do, I will change it as file. And so here in NestJS, for uploading a file into the NestJS endpoint, so to read the file stream very easily, there is a node plugin is called Multer. Okay, we should have to install that Multer. That is a Node.js plugin, and it is also useful for NestJS API as well, because NestJS is nothing but a Node.js application, just like it is a wrapper framework. Okay, so now let's install that Multer uh, plugin. So let me copy that command as well from my blog. So let's install it. What I will do, I can specify like express dot alter dot file. Okay, so this gives some file data that is read from the client request. Okay, so from this we can do like file dot original name as a name of my blob I am going to upload, and I can change like file dot buffer. Okay, so it is a synchronous call, so let's make it async. So that's it, the logic for uploading the uh, image into the blob storage, Azure Blob Storage. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are creating the configuring the blob client instance. So using that blob client instance, which contains all the configurations that are required to communicate with the Azure store, it's going to call a upload data that it takes input as a some file buffer. So here we are passing that file buffer. So now let me create a controller to upload the data. So here I'm going to write a method like upload. Okay, and it will call a synchronous method from our service, right? Let's make it async. And here what I will do, promise string return type. And now here await and app service dot upload image. Okay, so first we need to read that user uploaded file, right? So we need to have some configuration. So let first add HTTP verb. Okay, it is from, if you observe here, NestJS comment this post. Here I can specify my path for URL. I can say upload image. Okay, and I can, so no semicolon. And I need to decorate one more decorator like use interceptor. Okay, in this I can use one more like file interceptor, and here see this file interceptor is for intercepting the file. Okay, means if you observe field name as input parameter, that field name is nothing but the name attribute on the HTML tag for uploading the file. Okay, that name should match with the name that we are going to uh, declare here. So file interceptor, what it will do on receiving the form data, it reads that field from the form more easily. Okay, so I'm going to my file. This is the, this name should also same in the file uploading element in HTML. Next, here we have to do upload file type. Okay, and here will like file. Okay, I will type like press dot multer dot file. Okay, I'm defining the type for this file variable. This upload file nothing but the file interceptor which reads everything from this specified field will be grabbed into and pushed into this variable. Okay, that's the use of this upload file decorator. Okay, I will pass here file. See here, I simply written a success method like uploaded. Okay. So that's it. All the logic we need to upload a file in NestJS API. So let me save all. Okay. Let me run my application. So npm run start. So if you observe here in main.ts, it runs under port 3000. Okay. So my application is up and running. You can see the my newly created endpoint path. So here I will use uh, Postman to upload a photo. So this is right. This is the port. So my path is little bit different. This is our path upload hyphen image, right? So copy that. Replace it here. We should select in the body tab form data, and key is nothing but our form field, that is nothing but my file. Okay. So here add that name, and here no text, it is file. So rechange it. So now here it will show a button. Now select the image. So what I will do, I am going to select this fourth image. I want to upload it. Okay. So here we got preview of the bike 4. Now let's hit on send message. And one more thing, using Fiddler, sorry, this Postman, when you select these everything, files and everything, one header will be added. Please clear every header that is added automatically by the Postman by file upload, because file upload will fail. But actually that will work when you upload from the HTML, but it will fail if you have headers in the Postman. Okay, so let's remove them and now upload it. We got uploaded message, but let's check here console whether we got here no issues. If any issues you can find here. And now let's check our Azure store. Okay, let's refresh. See, image 4 just now uploaded. 4 and 14 are a bit confusing, right? Image 4 you can see here, that is uploaded here. Okay, so let me remove this one. To avoid confusion, I am removing the manually uploaded photo. So bike.4 is just we uploaded from the Postman. So we have successfully created one endpoint like uploading into the Azure Blob Storage. Okay. Next, I am going to create a new endpoint. That new endpoint requirements are like it should read the stream from the Azure storage, and that stream should be rendered as the image on the browser. Okay. So to read the stream from the Azure storage, let's create one more method like async. So I will name it as a read stream. Okay, here file name is enough. Specified name, file will be stream will be downloaded into the application, and after downloading into the application, it will be rendered as an image onto our web means browser. So string, okay, constant block. Okay, let's copy this line of code. Paste over here, and here directly send our file name. Okay, and block blob dot, you will get download. Okay, can specify number offset, that is nothing. Okay, and capture the stream into the sorry data into the variable like blob download. Okay, and it will be asynchronous. And now let's return blob download dot stream readable stream body. Okay. So these are all types of the Node.js types. You can see here Node.js readable stream. This method, what it will do, it downloads the data from the server, our Azure Blob Storage. Okay, and that from that we are reading the stream. Okay, now let's create a endpoint in our controller. Okay, let me create a new endpoint like async read. Okay, and here what I will do, here we need to have first let's in the route at the rate get, and my route is like read image. Okay, and here we need to inject response object. Okay, that loads from common JS, next common JS. So import it. It's this decorator and res. And along with that, I want a query parameter. So let me grab the decorator. Here I can specify my query parameter like name. Okay, name, and this will grab the query name from the URL and assign to name variable. Okay, here await this dot read and pass our file name. Sorry, name only. Okay, but it will return some stream, right? Not this dot read. Sorry for that. This dot app service dot read stream and pass our name variable. Okay, here we will get a where data. Okay, stream data. What we will do, data dot pipe and response and return it. So here what we are doing means we are flushing all the stream of data from this variable into our response. Okay, okay, and now the main thing, we have to have one header like uh, header attribute decorator. Okay, and that is like content type and its value like image slash my files are WebP, right? I will specify the file type. So this is the main header that is responsible to render the data or the stream that we flushed into the response object. Okay, so let's save it and save everything. Okay. Let's check for our let's stop this and rerun. So 2 times imported, just remove 1 time. Okay, now start again. So our application is up and running and a new endpoint read image is created. Let's copy it and let's go to browser and localhost 3000 slash read image. Okay, and query parameter is name and it should be what we have filed in our server, Azure server. Reload. So bike -4 webp. So let's give that name bike -4 dot webp. See, this is our domain URL and we are previewing the image. Okay. So what we are doing, we are downloading the stream into our application and that stream is rendering as a image in my browser. Okay. So we are done two APIs. Now, next thing is I want to create an endpoint that's going to download the image. Okay. So for that is very simple after doing read, because is almost like this only with a few changes, only one change. Let's change this name to download. Okay, this to download, because we are going to use same read stream method in download as well. And the change here is we need to have one more header, like this is the header. Reason behind it, that browser is able to download the image once we access this endpoint. Okay, and the endpoint and the header name is content disposition, and here we have to have value like attachment, and it is always good to give file name as well, so that it will be downloaded as a specific file, or else it is downloaded as a unknown type of the file. Okay, so this content type disposition value is like attachment, and the file name is like tester.webp. You may think this is a stat hard coded, right? Yes, this is hard coded way. But if you want, you can define the containers with response object as well. For this demo, I'm directly using the header. In real time, you can use this response object to assign headers to the response. Okay, so let's save it and let's rerun the application. So our application is up and running and a new endpoint is created. Let's copy this and go to our browser. Here, not this one. Just replace this with this one. Okay, and copy this entire URL. Just go to another tab. So now my expectation is once this endpoint is invoked, this bike 4 image should be downloaded from the server. See, image is downloaded. Let me open this. See, here I am directly able to see the image. Okay, that is because of here specifying uh, the name with extension. If you don't give file name this extension means that will download as an unknown file. Okay, please remember that. So we have completed successfully 3 endpoints, like reading, downloading, uploading. And last endpoint I want to mention here is deleting the image from our Azure Blob Storage. Okay, that is also very simple. Let's create method async delete. Okay, and it simply take file name as input, which file we want to delete. Okay, and here also I need blob client, so I'm copy this line. I will copy this line. Okay, and here we can call a await call like blob client dot delete. If exist we can use, so it will delete if the specified file is exist. No need to pass options, sorry, because here already creating object with file name, right? Simple empty is enough. Okay, this is the logic for deleting the file in the Azure Blob Storage. Let's create one more endpoint for that one. Okay, almost will be like this only. So let me copy this to save some time. Okay, but changes like delete, and it is simple delete, right? I only need query parameter, no response object, and here I can return some text like deleted. Okay, and let's add getter HTTP verb, and I can specify like delete image. Okay, so that is our logic. Oh, sorry, here in I need to change it to delete. Okay, so this is simple. Just pass query parameter and invoke the delete method that contains logic to delete the image from our server if it exists. Azure Blob Storage. Okay, now let's rerun our application. Okay, now I got new endpoint. Let's copy this. Go to our server, sorry, browser. What I will do, just replace here with this one. Okay, and just hit it. I got delete message. Let's check whether it is deleted successfully or not. Refresh here. See, it is refreshed. No results. Means my blob is deleted. Means my image is deleted. So this is how all operations could be done with NestJS by communicating with the Azure Blob Storage. I hope this video has delivered some useful information to you. So if you like my video, please do subscribe it and share it. And we will meet you again with a new video. Until then, signing off.